YouTube, this is yours with the most, King Gio in the house. Listen, I want to make this special video, and after this video, I'm going to do a live either tonight or tomorrow, and I wanted to talk, and I wanted for it to be, it's going to be a road to recovery, and the road to recovery, which I means recovery of alcoholism and recovery of drugs. In the past few days, we've seen a lot of people who have died, and famous people who have died of an overdose. And we have a very big mental problem, a mental crisis in this country. And we have an abundance of a lot of, I really say abundance, that should suffice itself. We have an abundance amount of drug overdose. We have a lot of people using drugs. And this is a battle that we need to fight. This is the battle that we need to combat. This is something that we, in our communities, with our loved ones, that we should come together. And I'm going to share with you my story. I'm going to share with you how I, after all these years, I've been sober for 8 years, but I was a hardcore alcoholic. And when I say alcoholic, though I worked, but I was an alcoholic for 25 years. I started at the age of 17 years old. And when I decided to stop, let me tell you something, beginning is easy, but stopping is hard. But there's a lot of things that you have to do, in order for you to stop. And a lot of people say it's not easy. And you don't have to tell me that it's not easy, but it's also not impossible. And that's the key thing here. And I'm going to tell you what got me through it, how I maintained myself 8 years to this day sober, not thinking of a drink, not picking up a drink, not letting the little things of the world get to me, things like that. Because it's very important that through the crisis that we're going through now, that if we go through another lockdown or whatever the case would be, I don't want people to go back to drinking. I don't want people to go back to using drugs, because that's not the way to do things. And I'm going to tell you how I became an alcoholic. I'm going to tell you how my experience was through an alcoholic. I'm going to tell you my experience, how I decided to leave. And I hope, hopefully you guys can have those ones that your loved ones watching. I'm going to do a live, so in case you want to call them. But I'm going to tell you my experience, because guys, I was an alcoholic. I drank every day for 25 years. I woke up drinking. I went to sleep drinking. And it was not like you could say I was a functional alcoholic, but I don't want to give it a title, or I don't want to say anything about it, or I don't want to, justify. But I'm going to tell you the things that I went through and what finally made me to say enough is enough. So stay tuned to my channel. And like I said, guys, if you know anyone who has alcohol or drug problems, let them know. If you know anyone who's a nurse, or you know anyone who's in AA meeting, and when I do my live, give this to your AA mentor. And listen, King Gio's gonna do a live on alcoholism. If you're in a rehab, or you're in detox right now, and you're doing AA meetings while you're in rehab, tell them tune into YouTube for King Gio's live, so you can see that all these things that you think it's impossible, all those things that you say to yourself, I can't do it. You can. You can. But there's a process to it. Just the same way that you became an alcoholic, it took time, it took a process. The same thing is going to take you to recover, to be whole again. Okay? So it's going to take a process. You don't take one drink. You don't drink one beer or one hard liquor and boom, you're automatic an alcoholic. No, that's not the way it works. Same way is that you stop drinking or doing drugs. You don't stop doing drugs for one day and boom, and you're clear. You're good for the rest of your life. No, that's a step. That's step number one. I'm gonna go to step number two, number three, before. So there's a lot of things that go involved, and I want you guys to let your loved ones know. I want your programs of AA and NA to know. I want your hospitals to know, or even psychiatrists that are there to know, and give some points so you can watch how I did it. And I know that the way I did it, there's a lot of people that done it my way, but I chose to do it a certain way because it was my thing, and my thing may not work for everybody. But you can get someone of an idea. You can get someone of, okay, I want to hang on to what Gio said on this, because I want to help people out. I really do. This is what my channel is all about. And when I saw that young actor die the other day, and it was from OD, and you see DMX dying of OD, And you see other people. I tell you, I'll give you a story real quick. I had a guy OD in my car in Puerto Rico, and he was 6 months sober. 6 months clean. He took one shot in the back of my car, he died. 36 years old, left behind 2 kids. I don't do drugs. I don't shoot drugs, never shot drugs. Heavy drugs was not my thing. My thing was just alcohol. And weaning off alcohol and weaning off heroin, the symptoms are basically the same. We both need that high. We both need that feeling of drunkenness. So basically the same thing. The outcome always, if you don't have something to take care of it, you can die from quick withdrawal, as far in both alcohol and heroin recovery if you don't take medication. So with that said, make sure you tell your people, your loved ones, King Gio is doing a live. King Gio is doing this live for his people. The one thing that I do want to know, if you want to see this live, let me know what's a good time so I can put it on so everyone can see it live all together. So please, King Gio, do it at this time, King Gio, and the more times I see, if I see there's like 30 or 40, 7 o'clock or 7 p.m., then I'll do it at 7. If I see 50 or 60 that says 8 p.m., then I'll do it at 8 p.m. Remember, everything's Eastern Standard Time because I'm in the East Coast. I'm in North Carolina. And also, if you guys want me to talk in an NA here in North Carolina or wherever you're at, please let me know, and I will be more than happy to tell my story. Because it's good to hear from other people. It's good to hear from other people and let them know that they are not alone. They're not alone. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe.